So you probably clicked on this video because you're an AI content creator or you have an aim of using AI to create your videos. But your biggest worry is at the point of monetization, you don't want YouTube to reject you because you're using AI and probably text-to-speech to create your videos. Don't worry, because I have a 4-year experience using AI to create my videos, especially text-to-speech. I've gone through the processes of which text-to-speech can actually make your content creation space better or not. And I've also gone as far, not only reading the documentation which YouTube actually sent to me, but I also asked them if text-to-speech is actually allowed on YouTube. In this video, I'll be breaking it down by telling you the things you need to do and the things you don't have to do when using text-to-speech. So if you're new to my channel, I offer value about tech and also AI because I know the future of content creation lies with AI. No matter what, AI can replace us, but we can only make it better. So answering the question, is AI videos actually monetizable? There are some conditions you have to know here, but I don't want to take most of your time if you have no idea. AI videos are actually monetizable, but you have to actually do things in the right way. And when I mean the right way, I'm talking about the rules and the regulations which YouTube actually told me you have to follow. Let's start with the problems, because from the problems you definitely understand what to avoid when using AI. So the first thing that you have to understand is YouTube is a platform that aims at actually keeping viewers in the platform, right? YouTube doesn't want that scenario when you're watching a video and of course you immediately swipe. And they also want to provide quality content so that it can distinguish itself from other social media platforms. Now, why am I actually talking about this? It is because when you're using some text-to-speech that doesn't actually sound right, you might fall into trouble, because if it doesn't sound right, likely your audience are not going to continue watching that video, and probably it's gonna pollute the YouTube entertainment space. Now, you have to understand that text-to-speech is actually very easy to use, because a lot of people right now are no longer using their voices and not also using their faces to produce videos. Imagine every single person on the platform using text-to-speech to create their videos. Because what YouTube realizes is, if it monetizes text-to-speech videos, more creators will come into the space of using text-to-speech, and especially the text-to-speech that are not good enough for the platform, YouTube's quality is going to drop, because a lot of people will not watch that video to the very last end. They are going to quit at the beginning of the video, and it's going to go a long way to affect the platform itself. So what I'm basically saying at the end of the day is this: use text-to-speech that have quality. By the end of this video, I'll be giving you examples of text-to-speech that I've actually used. That it will be a bonus for all those who watch until the end, because those are the best, absolute best, come closer, the best of the best text-to-speech softwares on earth right now as I speak to you. Now, first thing first, you have to use text-to-speech that is actually audible. Now, the second thing you have to know, and I think it's very important, is that text-to-speech and AI content leads a lot of trouble, right? Why am I saying this? Because most of the times with creators on the platform, if you're actually using text-to-speech and you have been demonetized, there are only two things here that you can actually fall into. The first thing is repetitive content, and the second thing is reuse content. Let me explain to you better in different scenarios what repetitive content means. Now, repetitive content means you're already doing something that already exists on the platform. In what sense do I mean this? Now, you have to understand here that Google actually owns YouTube, and Google actually owns Google itself. So what I noticed from most creators on the platform is you guys actually go to the internet, scout on whatever page you want to scout on, copy the text on that website. You don't even add value to the text. You don't actually do things unique. You take the text, put it into the text-to-speech software. It gives you the audio, and that is what you use to create your videos. Now, you have to understand the YouTube algorithm is smart. It is able to determine from the transcript of your video that it actually matches with what is found on other websites. So if you're actually using text-to-speech, this is very important. You should not actually go to a website and copy the whole article and use. You want to add value to that article, or better still, you want to take your own skill, generate a new article. If you actually content with AI and you don't actually want to do the whole work, you can use an article writer tool, which I'll mention in the description section of this video, called Quilbot. Now, Quilbot is an AI paraphraser. It rewrites your article in a way that it's completely unique on the internet. That means most at times it gives you the percentage of which he has already made a unique article from the original one. So if you're probably lazy and you don't want to create a unique script of your own, you can use a paraphraser tool. I also put a link on the description, free rewriter tools, because I know a lot of people will need that, and it's actually very useful, though not the best, but very useful. Now, the second thing here is reuse content. Now, imagine that many of us on the platform are actually using text-to-speech to create our videos, and many of us are still going to a certain site to take those texts. Even if we rewrite, probably we'll be using the same writer tool. We rewrite, and then it's actually the same audio we have generated. Do you get the problem with that? Do you probably see where it becomes reused? No matter if you've used a different voice or not, it's all AI generated content. And now, you probably don't want to fall in that scenario. That is why I always tell you, try to actually create your own unique script. No matter if you paraphrase or not, sometimes someone will also paraphrase the same article with you, and you know it's the same AI tools. Like Quilbot is obviously the best AI tool for paraphrasing, and many people will be using that. Now, you don't want to find yourself in that scenario, because this can go on for months and months and months, like many of my students have been facing, and I've actually explained to them better that AI content is great, but you have to do things in the right way, like I'm explaining to you right now. Now, another thing that comes with AI that is the worst of all of them is actually misinformation. Now, you've probably seen fake voices of Mr. Beast, MKHD, or Eminem's rap song, Rihanna rap song, or Joe Rogan's voice, right? You've seen that in many platforms, and that is somehow misinformation, because if you're using someone's voice and then you're actually taking that voice and trained it on an AI tool, and you're using that voice and giving the impression that you're somebody, and if you're giving out information that is not probably right, or it's misinformation, it can get you to a whole lot. Now, when I'm talking about this, it might go to the aspect of spamming. You might spam some people, you might scam some people, you might lead them to a different scenario. That is misinformation. So if you're actually using deep fake voices, you want to bear in mind that at least you should have the permission from the original creator. Like, let the original creator of the voice or the owner of the voice probably have a share in it. I'm not saying you can't use yours. It's obvious you can use yours, but try to not use someone's voice. I understand perfectly that sometimes it'll help you in your engagement and probably increase your watch time, and people have the impression that it's that person. But looking at it on the other side, because I was actually demonetized on YouTube, not only even demonetized, but my channel was actually taken down because of this policy. You can click on the card here to watch every single thing I spoke about it, because YouTube actually saw it was not right. It goes across the whole space of AI content. This policy doesn't even matter if you're using someone else's voice, but you can actually even use someone else's picture and then you create a video from it. You see, it's all about avoiding using people's stuff. That is just the baseline of using AI content. You don't want to copy something from a website and reuse. You don't want to generate an audio that someone has already reused, because your voice is actually considered like original content, and you don't want to act like you're somebody. To prove to you that it's monetizable and explain to you better that AI is monetizable, you can click on this card here to watch the whole video, because in this video, I got monetized in 1 month, 5 days, actually in an interesting niche, and it's completely going to blow your mind. But at the end of this video, as I promised those who have actually watched to this point, you're probably asking, Awesome Lalpdy, yes, what are the best text-to-speech software that can actually make your audio sound very cool? Now, there are 3 AI text-to-speech software that I have used. I've seen that it's actually the best, but I also give you a bonus because it falls in between the line of moderate and the best, right? Now, the first one is Labs. It's the second text-to-speech software that is ultra realistic. It's actually called 11 Labs. Now, it might vary in terms of pricing, because I feel Labs is better than 11 Labs in terms of pricing. It's actually very cool, but I will not talk much about it. In another video, I'll talk about the best text-to-speech softwares. Now, the third one is actually PlayHT. Though very expensive like the others, ultra realistic, very crystal clear. And lastly, as I said, the bonus I'm going to give you is their scripts. Their scripts have proven to be very cool. With all these AI tools I've taught you, I've gotten monetized on each of them. So in order to learn about these best AI tools and actually learn more about it in terms of pricing, what actually works for you, you can click on. I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.